I'm Matt Stone, Head of Marketing at Xyte. Thanks for joining us today. I'm excited to kick this off with two people who are shaping how AI shows up in real-world AV operations. First, you'll hear from Omer Brookstein, Xyte's CEO and co-founder, who will set the stage for where AV operations are headed and why AI needs to be a true teammate, not just another tool. And we'll be joined by Andrew Gross, our SVP of Sales, who works every day with enterprises, integrators, and partners, bringing this vision into practice. Guys, over to you.
Well, thank you, Matt, and thank you all for joining us today. My name is Omer Brookstein, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Xyte. And today, Andrew and I, we would like to talk to you about something very simple, but yet very fundamental. Xyte enables device manufacturers, integrators, and end customers to seamlessly collaborate on a single cloud platform, one shared system of record, and one shared layer of intelligence. Now, if you look at what is happening inside IT and AV teams today, there's a very clear shift. Teams are being asked to support more rooms, more systems, and more users, but without scaling headcount. So what are they doing? Well, they're embedding more and more agentic AI tools into their workflows, not as experiments, but as a way to stay efficient, reduce pressure, and actually scale operation. And this is especially important for integrators and service providers. AI is not about adding a chatbot in an existing product. AI is about data, and AI is about context. It is about understanding devices, rooms, spaces, assets, history, usage, tickets, workflows, and outcome. And then embedding AI into every workflow and every task. This is not some future vision. Xyte AI is available today for all of our customers, right now in your cloud. And as you will see in just a few minutes, agentic AI is already making teams more efficient, reducing noise, shortening resolution times, and helping teams focus on what actually matters. Now, before we dive into the demo, I want to set up expectations very clearly. Everything we are showing you today is available now in production. Andrew, how about we dive in?
Thanks, Omer. Now, for everyone watching, I want to keep this practical. This isn't theory or hype, but rather what this changes in real operations right now. AI in AV doesn't win by sounding impressive. AI in AV wins when it's embedded in operations. It's connected to real rooms, real devices, real incidents, and real workflows. This gets teams answers, not more noise. And perfectly, that's what Xyte's built for. It's a single pane of glass with AI embedded at every level. So if you're an enterprise or campus AV IT leader, you know your world has changed. AV is no longer a nice to have. It's mission critical equipment. It powers executive earnings calls in university classrooms. It powers hospital clinical spaces and even government command centers. And the pressure's real, we feel that. More spaces, higher standards, less people. That's where Xyte shows up. It's the single pane of glass across rooms, devices, and spaces. But not just is it online, is the space working? What's changed and what should I do next? So let's show you how this is done today in Xyte's AI platform. All right, to give you a little bit of the lay of the land here, what you're looking at is the Xyte dashboard as Verve Services, as a managed service provider. And Verve Services has around 4 customers that they're currently managing federated secure accounts within one Xyte login. Now, what Verve already did behind the scenes before this demo was they added in all their different devices from every single AV and IT manufacturer in the industry. They connected a couple cloud platforms, they connected in devices via the Xyte Secure Edge. They even connected in some native manufacturers and their devices to our system, all to the single pane. So to walk you through a little bit of a very common kind of workflow that you're gonna see is what happens when something goes wrong. So first things first is you're going to set up your incident routing. As much as I want you guys to stare at the Xyte dashboard all day, we know that's not realistic. You're gonna be able to communicate any problems directly to your device via any communication platform. That can be Slack, email, even down to Microsoft Teams. So that the phone in your pocket that you have every day and all the time is gonna tell you when something went wrong in a room. This is where we get now into proactive and not reactive. Once that message has been sent, you log into the Xyte dashboard and you head over to your incidents or problems tab. So this is the tool that's going to summarize all of the issues with your system. Now, I got a notification that there was no image on the screen here in this specific room. Looks like the customer, Wayne Enterprise, was the one that had the issue. The space is in the Xyte office, and it was the Panasonic projector. Now, this is where we're going to show you the first example of AI. Traditionally, you or your engineers would have to sit through and pore over logs. Why is there no projector screen? That could take minutes or hours to find out what's going wrong. But with Xyte AI, the Xyte AI teammate is going to review those logs for you. And it's going to summarize exactly what has happened, when it did, and even give you recommended action of how to fix it. And so you'll see this projector is powered off or is in standby mode, and you're going to be able to pore through this summary, not through logs, to begin to fix those incidents. So with AV being mission critical, it needs to operate like IT with proper access and security controls. When you can see utilization, you enforce policies and automate actions across all your rooms. When you reduce wasted power, you reduce downtime, and you reduce the human hours spent on repetitive issues. That's the real unlock. Doing more with less using these AI tools. And Xyte's AI teammate helps you move faster by summarizing incidents. It guides you to resolution, it reduces alert noise, and it gives you a clean briefing of what happened and what to do next. And now for you, the system integrator. Xyte has built the first managed service platform exactly for this moment. With AI support and automation, it's designed to eliminate waste and set you apart from the competition. Your engineers shouldn't be stitching together multiple tools to figure out what's wrong. Xyte's AI teammate helps triage incidents, summarize what's changed, and point to likely root causes. And best of all, recommend next steps so that your team spends more time fixing, less time hunting. More so, every unnecessary truck roll we know is margin leaking out of your business. With visibility and guided healing, remote action helps you resolve more issues faster. So let's talk about a simple example of daily room checks where we can help reduce time resolving those potential future issues. All right, so let's talk about these reducing time wasted during room checks, which are still a very common thing. So back to the Xyte dashboard. What I'm looking at here is now, of course, all my different devices across multiple manufacturers. I call this my Christmas tree, my online, offline, issue, no issue for all my devices within this customer. Another way I can start my day with these room checks is clicking up here on a different tool called our in-house analytics and insights dashboard. Now, what I have here from a high level, right, I can see all the number of customers that I manage, all the different device counts by vendor and by model. But where AI starts to become super powerful here is my AI teammate can begin to analyze all of the data from all of the different devices that are bringing into your system across all your customers and give you trends, give you anomalies, and even give you recommendations. And so as you can see, based upon this AI analysis, it told me that, hey, you know what? There's a bunch of trends going on with problems in the executive suite. So why don't we head there? So we head over to the executive suite, and we saw that the incident was with the Panasonic projector. So this is where the trends were happening in this conference room. So I've started my room checks here. I walk in and I see that there is no screen or no image at the front of the room screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the Xyte teammate, and I'm going to come in here and check to say, tell me how to change source select. Now, a couple things to note here. The AI teammate is intelligent. It knows exactly that I'm already on the Panasonic projector. So it's aware of the different screen and the device that I'm currently managing. So when I ask it to change source select, it's not going to search the web for potentially out-of-date information. It's going to check the file repository that Xyte has built in, the same files that you uploaded as the integrator or the AVIT manager, so that the information it provides you is always correct, guiding you to the proper solution. Now, we know you aren't expected to do this with more people. Your teams need consistency and scale. These are workflows, bulk actions, ticketing integrations, and even scheduling commands, all empowered by AI that reduces that repetitive work. Best of all, this finally becomes your differentiator. And the first channel partners that operationalize AI support today can offer premium service tiers, proactive support with better SLAs, and higher margins. We have just launched even more ways for you to deliver automations, guided healing, and more. Let me just show you a few last examples of the incredible AI unlocks that you guys get with Xyte. I think a great example here is going to be something around the world of automation and scheduling. We always talk about doing more with less. This is going to be a great way to do so. So we're back in the Xyte interface. I'm on the Stark Industries customer. And what I want to do is dive into a specific device in a specific room to show you how you can automate and schedule commands. So I'm going to click into New York, click into the Stark Tower, all the way down to the Teams room, and check out my Legrand PDU. Now, what I want to do based upon that AI analysis that we saw in the previous demo was, well, why don't I just turn on and off these different devices automatically every single night when nobody's in the room? What Xyte just launched was this workflows command. So without having to go into a single device and actually program that system from the cloud, from that same single pane of glass, you're going to be able to set commands and automations for every single system. I'm typing reboot device, command. I'm going to choose an outlet, and I'm going to turn it on to cycle. I'm going to set this at 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And just like that, you've now set a full command for everything in that room connected to that PDU to automatically reboot in the middle of the night. On the other aspect of guided healing instead of self-healing is this concept of involving a human to make the final decision before making any big changes. And we at Xyte totally want to support that. One of the examples here, since you have every single device connected to the single Xyte dashboard, you can head over to your inventory list, and you can notice that as I scroll through, I can be alerted when a new firmware version is being made available. Now, this is key. It may seem small on the surface, but it goes way deeper. We understand that a new version doesn't mean a better version. And the last thing we want with self-healing entering into the AV industry is for these types of commands to happen without your approval. So with Xyte, we're going to make you aware, because we have intelligent AI, that a new version is available for that device. And we're going to then prompt you through the AI teammate to give you the ability to then push that command if you choose to do so. That's the difference between guided healing and incorrect self-healing. Now, these are just a few of the AI tools embedded in our platform. But we know that you use a ton of other operational tools with their own AI agents. Places like Salesforce, ServiceNow, Microsoft, and more, they all have AI agents embedded in their own platform. And Xyte AI is your bridge. All devices, all your data, all the context with our AI and yours. That's the new AI operating model with Xyte. So as you can see, if you're still managing modern AV with disconnected tools and manual troubleshooting, and you're still reacting instead of proactively taking action, you're gonna fall behind. Teams adopting AI-enabled operations will be the ones who can prove fewer tickets, demand fewer truck rolls, keep uptime high, and lower the operating costs with fewer people. Because the future, and clearly the present, isn't about more dashboards or more chatbots or more tools. It's about one operational platform with AI embedded at every level, helping your team run AV like an intelligent system. That's where the industry is headed, and that's why AV runs on Xyte.